Building a brand is crucial to the success of your business, and being a local celebrity is just a little icing on the cake. On this episode, we're going to talk about those two things and how we actually achieve that status of local celebrity. And in the meantime, we actually build a brand without really knowing. So stick around. We're going to show you exactly how we did it and what you can do to do it as well.
This is the Marketing Natives, providing actionable ways to grow, improve, and succeed in your business. And now, your hosts, Christian and Aaron.
All right, so I thought this topic was pretty good because I go out into the community probably, I don't know, a little bit more than you. And they always tell me, oh, I know Christian. Like, oh, they don't really know you. I was like, oh, have you met him? No, I haven't. Why? And so, at least in our local area, like Allen, Collin County, Allen, Frisco, McKinney, whatever. So they're like, oh, if they know you, they know me, but it's not just because they've met you. So like, that's what we're hoping that people can do, but I don't know. And then when people finally do meet you, it's interesting because they're like, oh, hey, I feel like I already know you.
Yeah. It's weird, yeah. I guess at the beginning, we used to go out a lot to networking events and all that stuff, and then we just kind of decided, I'm going to kind of stay in and do a lot of the work. So when I do go to like a ribbon cutting, or maybe I do see someone downstairs, like, they recognize me. It's like, hey, Christian.
Yeah.
Or when I meet with them for the first time, a lot of them, they tell me like, oh, I feel like I know you from all the videos that you guys post and all this. So it's kind of a cool feeling for sure.
Yeah. And we experienced it like 2016. We didn't really know what it was, but now we're going to have a podcast about it. And we've talked about it before, but that's how to become a local celebrity and build a brand. Mm-hmm. And we were doing that. We just didn't know. But now looking back 4.5 years later, these are things that need to be implemented so that can happen. Because I think from everything that we want to talk about, it's more so that you're known by the right people for something good, hopefully.
Right.
But how to become that local celebrity. So we started out and I think we'll kind of transition or we'll progress to, and you guys will find out is that video is almost crucial for this. But we started out with a company. For those who didn't know, we started a show called Brain 10, and we would brainstorm 10 ideas every day, and we did it 5 days a week starting out. And it wasn't really for our local community, but we used to put that on YouTube and then on Facebook and everything else. And so we were just known as putting out a ton of content. And that's kind of like where we started. I think we created that show, and if we wouldn't have created Brain 10, we probably wouldn't have come up with our other shows, right? Or at least I don't think. Maybe not.
I think doing the Brain 10 gave us the ability to come up with more ideas, Mm-hmm. And Brain 10, what was it? Who started that? Was it James Altucher?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He came up with the 10 ideas.
Yeah, just every day sit down, write 10 ideas on your notebook or whatever.
And you know that 9 of them are going to be crap. Actually, probably 10 of them are going to be crap.
Yeah. So we took that same method, right, and implemented it into a video show where, we're just literally, it was like 10 ways to grow your email list, 10 ways to...
They were good topics.
10 tips or whatever. So, there was a lot of really good stuff in there. And it also forced us to, because I don't think, not everything we brainstormed. Mm-hmm. Some of them let's look up some stuff and see what we can find.
Yeah.
And it forced us to, just look at different perspectives and look at different articles, look at different ways that people...
Research companies too.
Yeah, exactly. So just doing a lot of research and it allowed us to, like you're saying, build that foundation to come up with different shows, to keep our brand, to keep that consistency. And it also allowed us to keep ourselves educated. So it was like a 2-part thing, right? That we started doing like right when we started the company.
Yeah.
I don't know why we, like, what was the reason? I think also Gary Vaynerchuk was also back then like,
doing a bunch of shows, like create episodic content, basically.
Yeah, heavy on content and consistency and all this. So we sort of took that to the heart and made a lot of content very early on.
Yeah, which has been very helpful. Mm-hmm. It's been very beneficial. I feel like had we not done that, we would have been where we are in the business now, education-wise, probably 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like we would have been 2 years behind. Like, technology is always changing, but we were answering the questions over and over again, and it was reiterating in our head, and so we knew it like the back of our hand. So I think that really helped us. And we used to do the 10 Tech Tips Friday too, or basically 10 new apps or like technology cool things that we found too. Which that was really fun. So anyway, like it started to move us into towards creating Tip for Tip, which is our weekly show. Hopefully we'll get back to weekly. It has to be with our guests for our podcast, so it looks a little bit different now. But when we have guests for our podcast, then we'll have Tip for Tip shows. But that was weekly for, I think, April 20th, 2016. So 4 years we were weekly. I think we maybe missed one episode or 2 episodes in 4 years. It was weekly for 4 years. And we're going to bring that back. But then it kind of, the Tip for Tip moved us into, okay, well, what about a podcast? And that started the podcast, and that's where you guys maybe have found us now. But I think that, what is it? Like, the content creation is really where, to be a local celebrity, to kind of bring this back and build a brand, you don't have to do video, but I think it's very much it's going to be easier because you can see, like, the reason we're doing video for the podcast is like you can see expressions, you can see the way that we're moving and talking, and you don't have to just listen to our voices, and you I don't know, start to resonate with people because it's just a little bit easier to do that.
Yeah, and I would say just go ahead and do it because it's such an exponential way to grow your brand and to just insert a lot of personality in there. And like you said, like, I don't think I would get, oh, I know you, like, I know Christian, you know, if we weren't doing video. I think if it was just pictures, we wouldn't get that same effect of,
right, I've seen you before, I don't remember your name.
Right. So I think, and especially like we have a lot of fun with our Tip for Tip like intros, and a lot of people did watch that and our blooper episodes. So not just doing the content, but doing things outside of the content that also include video, also helped us again showcase our personalities. Say that, like, look, we're real people. We're behind, you know, this company, but we're real people. We make mistakes. We have a lot of bloopers. So that definitely helps with building that brand and giving you that local celebrity status.
Yeah. And I think that it also helps people to realize like who they want to be attracted to. So like for us, we did funny like intros or whatever. Somebody else didn't have to do that. Like if you're a cut and dry person and you didn't do anything and you just like, hey, do a dad joke and it was very dry. Like, hey, you should do this. All right, let's get into the show. Like, some people are like, hey, look, I'm tired of these guys doing funny intros. They're not my cup of tea. I want somebody who's just going to talk business. Well, you're going to attract the right people, and you're going to be a local celebrity to that person. So it's kind of like building your own tribe, I guess. And it doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be video, although we are pushing you to be video. It could be a blog post. It could be a podcast. But we'll tell you right after this commercial break, right after the break, what you need to do to make this work. Hey, local business owners, if you're ready to grow your business online without having to work more in your business and you can spend more time on it, we created a free training on how to attract, qualify, and convert more leads online. It's 38 minutes. It's going to take a little bit of your time, but it's going to have a huge benefit. It's completely free. Make sure you click below in the description, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on the podcast, everything's there that you need. Go grab the training now. All right, thanks guys for not leaving. But the first thing you have to do is consistency. So think about TV shows. For those of you who are pre-Netflix, this will be very easy for you. But when we were growing up, you had commercials and you had shows before TiVo and everything else. It was like, oh, if you were going to watch Ninja Turtles, it's like they came on at 5:30 in the morning every morning, whatever, Monday through Friday. Like you knew what time they came on. Same thing for, for parents at that point. It's like, oh, watch ER or whatever else. So like the point is that they always came out at the same time every night and people worked around that schedule. So what we did, we said, okay, Tip for Tip is going to come out at noon on Wednesdays every week. And everybody would just start to realize, oh, at noon, they may not watch then. They'll go back, but they're like, oh, it's Wednesday. and it's around 12. I bet you Tip for Tip got uploaded. Let me go back and watch it. So consistency, not only with timing, but then making sure you tell people like, hey, which you probably see on YouTube a lot is, I upload 3 videos every week. Well, if you only upload 1 video, the person who's following you is going to be like, you promised me 3. But we should just say every Wednesday at noon, we're going to upload a Tip for Tip video. You know that we're going to have this, and then people start to follow.
Yep. And I think that's I was reading a tweet earlier, and it was this guy who is transitioning from one company to another. He's a social media manager. And he said that one of the most important things to bring brand awareness and to build a brand initially is that consistency. Because people don't know you. People don't know how often you post. People don't know anything about you, right? So having that consistency will sort of attract people, right? It would attract people to start following you because they know that you're putting out content, right? You go to someone's page and they sporadically post maybe a happy Christmas or Merry Christmas, and then 6 months later it's like Happy 4th of July, and there's no consistency to the way they post. Nobody's going to really follow you. You're not going to create that brand awareness. So yeah, the number one thing before providing value, before where there's video or photo, it's like having that consistency of, okay, we're going to post this day, this time, consecutively. Because otherwise you're not going to get that following. You're not going to get people interested in you if you're not providing that consistency.
Right. So I guess to go a little bit deeper into this, to become that local celebrity, and we'll talk about a little bit more of an advanced way to reach these people here in a second, but make sure that you pick a topic that your audience has a problem with or they're going to find value in. Make sure that if at all possible you can do video, because it's going to help you reach those people because they can hear you and see you, and it engages almost every emotion or sense except for touch. And then make sure that it's true to like who you are. Like, so for example, if you're acting one way, but you're really not that, then it's going to be harder for you to get people because you're trying too hard. So like, just be yourself. I think is really important. So for us, like we wanted to like implement dinosaurs, or we wanted to implement Ninja Turtles or whatever else, and have fun beginnings or whatever else. Like that's us. We wanted to be fun. So that's just our route. And then we put it out consistently. And then we found out a problem that people had. We wanted people to get questions to their social media and marketing and website problems. Like, what are these local businesses having problems with? Let's fix that. Let's answer these questions. So whatever it is for you, make sure you figure out those things first. And then once you've got that rolling, and if you've been doing it, for 3 months, 6 months, whatever, then you can move into something more advanced, which is adding ads to it. And that allows you to be everywhere to the right people. So right now you may just post to your Facebook page or YouTube or whatever else, and those platforms determine where you go. But if you start to play or pay to play, then you can say, okay, I want to target these groups of people because I know my audience and I want to show these videos to them. And if they watch this video, then I want to show them something else. So without going crazy in depth here, we would just say, like, if somebody watches one of our videos of Tip for Tip, we want to show them maybe a second video Tip for Tip. And if they watch that second one, we want to show them a third. And with Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, you can do that. You can say, all right, if Christian watches 75% of our Tip for Tip video, I want him to see the second Tip for Tip video. And if he watches 75% of that, I want him to schedule a call with us. So, hey, Christian, would you like to be a guest, or would you like to, whatever your call to action is? We talked about that on 164, episode 164. What is your offer? So we're like, hey, Christian, our offer is grab our free training. You've watched this and you wanted help with social media. So now it's rational for you to say, hey, Christian, grab our free training. Christian's like, I know these guys. I like them. I trust them. And it feels like you're everywhere to him. So I'm like, Christian, he's like, oh, I see these guys everywhere. That's where you start to really build that brand. And everybody's like, oh, I've seen you. And then if you go out into the community and you're at a networking event or something else, like, I see your videos every single week. I see you every week. I know you do this intro. I know you do this bit. Like, hey, I liked this episode. Then you start to really get that local celebrity status.
Yeah. And I think that, another thing that the ads allow you to do is target geographical locations, right? So you don't have to be a local celebrity in where you're doing business. We could say like, oh, we want to be a local celebrity in Frisco. and we could, start just running ads over there and then join the chamber and like do this and do that and become a mini celebrity, in Frisco as well. So you can definitely target different geographical areas. And the ads just allow you to exponentially do that throughout your area. I think you mentioned something else. I forgot what it was.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you seen my ad that I have a radius?
What?
Have you seen my ad that has a radius around this building? Probably not, because I'm only spending $1 a day. But I'm spending $1 a day, and it's everybody who's been to our building. We're at the Jaeger office, Suites in Allen. Come say hi. Everybody who's been within a 1 mile radius, which is kind of rough because there's a couple other businesses are in here. But if they're a business owner, I tell them in the very beginning, hey, if you're a business owner, then keep watching. If not, skip this. But we've gotten I think it's been like $10 or something. We've gotten like 8 clicks or whatever of people who have watched it, but it says, hey, look, if you saw this ad, it's because you checked in around this area. If you want to learn how to run ads like this, then swipe up and we'll show you. And it probably hasn't reached you because, again, it's probably got a lot of people to reach. But more importantly, yeah, like to what you were saying, yeah, you can target a geographic location. Like, hey, I want to target this area specifically. I want to do Allen, Texas. Everybody who's a business owner in this area right here, I want them to see my video. And you could just dominate that area. I just wanted to do it here for Jaeger because I wanted people to be like, hey, look, I saw your video. I don't even follow you guys, but I saw your video.
Yeah. Yep. What I was thinking of was having video, and then I think you talked about like inserting, personality with like the Ninja Turtles or whatever. Like it's also good if you can find some sort of way to incorporate like maybe your orange shirt, right? You're the guy with the orange shirt, right?
Well, I used to have a orange watch and you had like a blue watch, right? We used to do that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So something that like, again, going back to the consistency thing, like it's not just consistency in posting, it could be consistency in like the way that you always wear that hat, right? And then when you go out, like that just kind of clicks with people, right? And same with like, I recognize this realtor, the realtor with the red shoes.
Red shoes, yeah. Cheryl Webb, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like stuck in my head because like she always wears red shoes.
She has 350 pairs of red shoes.
Mind blowing. So
it's crazy.
It's just like something that sticks with you, you know? Like it's just like a recognizable, like, okay, yeah, I know who these people are. It's like, yep, that's the 2 guys that like Ninja Turtles. So I think something like that, like adding that to everything that we're talking about, it's also like just a bonus, right? You don't have to do it, but it's a bonus. It'll add that instant recognibility.
We should have like a Ninja Turtle shirt for like every show or whatever.
Something, yeah.
We should do that.
I mean, I think we are pretty recognizable just because we're young.
Right.
And I mean, we're on every single video, so I think that helped.
I do like the idea of like something like that. At least for like every tip for tip episode, it's like they wear this shirt. Like I think on our cover photo, like I'm wearing a green shirt and you're wearing a blue shirt. Like we've kind of kept that. I think that would be cool to like just continue to wear like the green dinosaur shirt or the Texas taco, which is, it attracts people to us because they're like, oh, I love dinosaurs. And this person's like, Texas and tacos. What's not to love? Like, these are like 3 of my favorite things: Texas, tacos, and dinosaurs. Like, heck yeah. So
if you like those 3 things, make sure to contact us.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit us up on any platform at BitBranding. All right, so if you're a local business owner and you want to become that local celebrity, this is what you need to do. You need to create episodic content that you put out consistently. It will help you build a brand, and then when you're ready to take it to the next level, start running ads for it. That's really everything. And you'll find all this information in YouTube and our podcast in the show notes of everything that we have here, so you guys can come back and look at it if you're just listening.
Yep.
All right. So if this is your first time listening, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, whether it's on podcasts, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook. They have an option to like always see this first. Wherever you're watching, make sure that you subscribe or you like or comment so that you don't miss out on any content that we put out every single week. And if you're somebody who's been listening for a while and you're over on Apple Podcasts, please make sure to leave us an honest rating and review, then screenshot it, and then tag us on Instagram stories. We will do something special for you. We will absolutely share it, but we'll do more than that too. We want to reach out to you, we want to talk to you. This is what helps us reach more people, so we truly appreciate that. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. We'll talk to you next time. All right, guys, if you want to be a local celebrity and attract, qualify, and convert more of your leads online, we have a free 38-minute training that walks you through the exact steps that you need to do to make this happen for your business. Make sure you click the link below in the description, whether it's in podcast, YouTube, or Facebook. Just click the link below, and we'll see you on the other side.
The Marketing Natives Podcast is a production of BitBranding.